Please join me in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And remember, graduation is not the end, but is the beginning, and not all that wonder are lost. Please remain standing for the national anthem.
Perspective. Perspective is defined as a particular attitude toward or a way of regarding something, a point of view. Perspective. Freshman year, we were so afraid to start high school, afraid of being the new kids at a new school. Looking back, though, it wasn't that bad. Perspective. Sophomore year, we didn't like our classes. We would complain about classwork or having weekend homework. Looking back, though, it wasn't too hard. Perspective. Junior year, we were all wanting a break from school. Then we got it, but then we wondered if we would ever go back to school. Looking back, we wish we had never taken our last normal school year for granted. Perspective. We started this school year scared of what was yet to come, unsure of what this year had in store for us. But here we are, graduating together in front of our family, friends, and teachers. It is safe to say that we took and do continue to take many things for granted, seeing the perspective of taking in-person class time, friends, teachers, relationships, sports for granted, to then being unsure if we would ever have these things again, shows how easily the best things around us can be taken away from us. This has just been one of many trials that we will face in our lives. We are beginning to take the next steps towards becoming adults and members of a working society. This journey we have taken, though, has not been easy. From ages 5 to 6, we are thrown into a new world of other kids our age, a world of learning, a world of new discoveries, and a world of creation of who we will become. Through years of hard work and dedication, we have made it to this point in our lives. We could have given up, and honestly, I'm sure some of us here have considered it, even if it was jokingly, but we did not give up. Every choice you have made has brought you here. Every late night, every friendship, every paper turned in, every job you've had, every class you chose to take, every moment lived has brought you here. You are here for a reason. We have stayed up finishing projects and writing essays. We worked and came home late after school to finish our homework and tried to squeeze in time for sleep. During the pandemic, some of you had to step up and provide and pay the bills for your family. Those of you providing for your families had to juggle school, work, and extracurriculars all at the same time. Although this pandemic has been a roadblock and a creator of doubt, stress, fear, and anxiety, all of you graduating today have made it past the roadblock. You have persevered beyond feelings of doubt and feelings of overwhelming stress. You are here for a reason. This has not been an easy year, and it will not get easier. We will face many more trials ahead, but we have learned how to face them head on with an open mind and an optimistic spirit. This year has been demanding, but let this be the first lesson of perspective unto the rest of our lives. We look back to see where we have come from, but to move forward, we have to push past the regrets of yesterday and the doubts of tomorrow and take each day for what it is. We are here now, so let us move on. Thank you, Raider Nation and the Southeast High School graduating class of 2021.
I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize this year's retirees for the years of dedicated service to the students of Southeast High School. Miss Debbie Bartow, Mr. Jeff Hensley, please join me in wishing them well.
At this time, I would like to recognize this year's Star Student and Star Teacher. Star Student is awarded to the student with the highest SAT score at Southeast High School. That student chooses a teacher who has influenced them the most throughout their school career. This year's Star Student is Ellie Shira. And this year's Star Teacher is Allison Hunt.
The Valedictorian and Salutatorian are the two students with the highest numerical grade point averages based on Hope eligibility courses. It is my privilege to recognize the Valedictorian and Salutatorian for the class of 2021. Please stand when I call your name. The Salutatorian for the class of 2021 is Isis Aduho. The Valedictorian for the class of 2021 is Sally Garcia.
As I stand here today, my heart is just filled with gratitude. First, I want to start by thanking our parents. You all are so wonderful, supportive, and kind. You have sacrificed for us and pushed us to reach this moment. Thank you so much for being there for all of us. Next, I want to express my gratitude to our teachers. You all have worked so hard these past 4 years to get us to this moment. You have helped us academically, you have encouraged us to dream big, and inspired us to be the best people we can be. I also wanted to thank the administration for holding us accountable and forcing us to be better than the wild fighting freshmen we were 4 years ago. And to the cafeteria workers and custodians that kept us fed and the school clean, we wouldn't be here without you either. Finally, I want to say thank you to all of you, my classmates. I've made so many friends, memories, and learned so much these past 4 years. I'm so blessed to be able to say that I am your classmate. This group is funny, smart, and a little all over the place, but mostly, we are a family. We're a little dysfunctional and are far from perfect, but I wouldn't want any other people to call my classmates friends and family. We survived the loss of a friend, Javier Lugo, a pandemic, and essays because we had each other. We are sitting here today ready to graduate because we have shown resilience and a willingness to overcome hardships. All of us have overcome so much, whether it be loss, financial strife, feelings of unworthiness, or doubts about our future. Every one of you has struggled and fought and triumphed to come to this shining moment, this moment where you get to say, I did it. I have graduated from high school. Very few things in life are easy. Often things seem like they're falling apart around us, but usually they're falling into place. The absence of people we thought cared for us can help show us who has our back and loves us. A childhood marked with struggle can lead to a high school graduate who knows the value of hard work and appreciates everything they have. The loss of a loved one can remind us of the importance of spending time with those who are still with us. A senior year disrupted by a pandemic can lead to unique memories and stories for future generations. And winning a state championship during a pandemic can remind us of our strength, resilience, and overall awesomeness. There's a quote credited to Dr. Seuss. Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. I hate this quote because I think you should cry if you want to, but I like the point of it. We should celebrate that it happened. High school happened whether you loved it, hated it, or a little bit of both. It happened and we need to celebrate that. I'm choosing to celebrate it by celebrating all of you. You're an amazing group of people, and I'm honored to be graduating with you today. It can be overwhelming to think that the world that we know and this chapter of our life is coming to an end. This next chapter is beginning with lots of decisions to be made and so many questions from well-meaning adults. But as my dad always tells me, you can't eat an elephant in one bite. And much like you can't eat an elephant in one bite, life doesn't happen in one choice. It happens every day. It happens with small choices and within ordinary moments. Life happens with small steps that lead to big moments like this one. I want to leave you with one last Dr. Seuss quote. Kid, you'll move mountains. I truly believe that everyone in the class of 2021 is strong and talented enough to move mountains, to change the world, to make a difference. You already have by making a difference in my life. So you have a great start. Congratulations, everyone. We did it.
Stepping foot into Southeast 4 years ago, I'm sure none of us would have imagined what we signed ourselves up for. The summer before our freshman year was filled with excitement and nervousness as starting high school. While getting a fresh start and going through change, we turned towards each other for comfort. The day of our freshman orientation, the first step for all of us was to check the rosters for SRT, hoping to see familiar names and faces. We compared schedules and asked each other what lunch period we were in, hoping to eat with one another. That all seems so long ago to us, but standing here now on our football field in our caps and gowns, the emotions of excitement and nervousness we felt those 4 years ago is beginning to feel all too familiar as we get ready to start a new adventure. There were so many new opportunities when we came here as freshmen. We were so uncertain of what to get involved in. There were a multitude of clubs and sports to choose from. Whether it was soccer, football, swimming, DECA, drama, or even the Dungeons and Dragons Club, there was always something for us to get involved in. But I found my small home away from home the day I joined our Southeast Marching Band. Sure, it was scary in the beginning. I had no clue what to do during our first marching season. I found myself looking for friendly faces on the field, trying not to bump into people, just like all of us did those first few days while we rushed to the S to find where our next class was. It's always scary to try something new and put ourselves out there, but it's in those moments where we make the best relationships and memories. During our sophomore and junior year, there were moments where we were exhausted, just wanting to get the day over with and speed through exams or skip practice for the day. But the one thing that made it worth it were the times we spent together under those Friday night lights as a family. We got lost in the moments filled with laughter and forgot our worries for a couple of hours. Even if we might not have had the best senior year we had all dreamed of having when we were younger, the one thing that is never going to change is the memories and the friendships we created while being a part of this class. When it seemed difficult, we still managed to overcome all the obstacles that were put in our path. Our perseverance and determination are what helped carry us throughout these 12 long years, and what will continue to carry us as we are faced with the adversities that life has in store for us. And although this may be the end of this chapter in our lives, a new one is waiting to be written, and it's going to be filled with just as many unforgettable memories as we continue to blossom into the people we wish to become. Thank you.
Welcome and good evening. Welcome to Dr. Gilreath, Dr. Uten, Ms. Williams, members of the school board, faculty, parents, and students. Isn't this a gorgeous bunch of seniors? Tonight we will take a step back and celebrate your journey. This has been a year full of ups and downs, twists and turns, successes and struggles. But despite it all, you have done amazing things. First, I'd like to thank our teachers. Our teachers have shown courage, boldness, and resilience during this completely insane school year. They loved you and they never gave up on you. This year is coming to a close, and perhaps normal is just around the corner. Throughout the year, we grew much closer to each other, our family, and our friends, but I never want to repeat this year. Tonight, as you sit here, I know you're anxious but excited about many things. I can see the enthusiasm you have for your future plans. So I would like to leave the class of 2021 one last thought. 86,400. What does that number represent? Wait, hold that thought. Think back to this time last year. What were you doing? We were all doing our own thing when life took an unexpected turn and we had to adapt on the fly. Now here we are, sitting outside at graduation. Okay, let's go back to that number, 86,400. There are 86,400 seconds in one day. During those 86,400 seconds, we make so many choices and decisions that shape our lives. We don't get a mulligan on those 86,400 seconds. There are no do-overs. We either use that time each day or we lose it. The big dreams and aspirations that you have, the opportunity to live your life the way you want, to show up for people and to make a difference, exist in that 86,400 seconds each day. Do not waste it. The 86,400 seconds may seem insignificant to you, but these add up to days, weeks, months, and years. One small second can change the path you take in your life. It only takes one encouraging person to change the way you feel or how you see yourself. You are only 1 second away from missing out on many blessings and decisions that will make your life better. It is the small moments that shape us, make us, and impact us. If you want something bigger and better than you have now, you have to get uncomfortable, pay the price, and serve and give more than ever. We all have dreams. For us to make our dreams come true, it takes an awful lot of determination, dedication, self-discipline, and effort. Be present and do not miss those tiny moments each day that make you smile. Be where your feet are. Use those 86,400 seconds each day to grow, learn, and serve others. Don't allow yourself to get caught up in your boring, mundane life and lose any of those 86,400 seconds each day. Make them all count. Lives are lived in seconds. Take a second tonight and reflect on the people who have come into your life the last 4 years, the lessons that you've learned, and the laughs that you've shared. Even if it was just for a small moment. Remember, we don't remember days, we remember moments. Let your dreams stay big and your worries stay small. May you be blessed beyond measure. Go and be happy.
As Superintendent, and on behalf of the Whitfield County Board of Education, it is indeed my honor to accept this 2021 class of outstanding seniors from Southeast High School as candidates for a high school diploma from Whitfield County Schools.
Mario Stanley Alfaro. This is Gabriela Andujo. Ivan Barrera. Johnny Batista Reynoso. Emma Grace Bearden. Aranelli Calderon. Osiris Cardona. Dianette Diaz Zarate. Lisbeth Federico. Kevin Patricio Franco. Jarek Sebastian Gann. Sally Frere Garcia. Violet Lachey Gazaway. Camden Riley Grady. Shelby Alexandra Hearn. Cassandra Amanda Dale Heyer. Samantha Ibera. Emma Grace Lively. Perla Elizabeth Makeda. Gabriela Mejia. Tammy Wynn. Sandra Joanna Ramirez. Alondra Rankle. Alexia Brianna Riccio. Eric Sanchez. Leah Grace Scott. Elizabeth Ellen Shira. Sierra Nicole Stewart. Jalea Desiree Whitener. Emily Abigail Wright. Jacqueline Yanez. Ruby Elizabeth Zapian. Montserrat Guadalupe Adame. Neftali Jr. Alarcon. Scarlett Julissa Alvarado Santos. Carlos Manuel Alvarez. Carla Alvarez. Christopher Ambrose. Freddie Ivan Ambrose Borjas. Joshua Alexandro Ariza. Henry Vivian Arendando. Jesus Salud Ariola. Jennifer Ayala. Veridiana Angela Barrera. David Alexander Mendez Bazan. Guadalupe Beltran. Tiana Brachet Bonds. Anna Christine Boyd. Tamaria Renee Brooks. Sydney Michelle Burnett. JC Taylor Burns. Tamara Ann Burse. Lane McKinney Carden. Sabrina Barbagine Carrillo. Abraham Ricardo Carrillo Chavez. Eli Scott Carter. Mark Anthony Tirado. Ureli Jeanette Casas. Fernando Castaneda. Sahid Celis. Natalie Evelyn Serda. Montserrat Surface Cortez. Emily Elizabeth Cervantes. Megan Renee Chambers. Antonio Cisneros Chavez. Ricky Chavez. Jennifer Cisneros. Caleb Daniel Cochran. Trent Gavin Cooper. Juan Anthony Cordova. Braden Lance Cornut. Luis Fernando Coronado. Giselle Melinda Cortez. Tyler Austin Cross. Mackenzie Lee Crump. Alfredo Cruz. Omar Cruz. Marilee Kuna. Landon Blake Dale. James Arthur Davis III. James George Davis. Anahi Daharo. Juan Jose Daharo. Esmeralda Diaz. Giselle Diaz. Alva Dorado. Valeria Duarte. Kaylee Faith Donnell. Oscar Ivan Duran. Joseph Brandon Lay Eccles. Jordan Taylor Irvin. Jessica Espidia. Giselle Estrada. Janessa Estrada. Kaylee Madison Evans. Gail Flores. Alma Margarita Frere Vargas. Brizeda Quijano Frere. Eduardo Frere. Joel Frere. Yoreli Frere. Brianna Shea Franks. Caitlin Nicole Freeman. Jose David Garcia. Karen Daniela Garcia. Luis Adrian Garcia Reyna. Salvador Garcia. Tanya Garcia. Gardemia Gaspar Mateo. Jacob Rylan Gentry. Jordan Riley Gentry. Carlos Fernando Gloria. Alexis Gomez. Guadalupe Gomez. Lizette Gomez. Ashley Argentina Gonzalez. Fatima Estefania Gonzalez. Gerardo Mariano Gonzalez. Gracie Gonzalez. Hope Elizabeth Grant. Destiny Lynn Gray. Kiera Christine Griggs. Alexis Guzman. Diancy Sarai Guzman. Marco Antonio Guzman Guzman. Madison Michelle Hansen. Shelby Louise Harvey. Hannah Alyssa Hawkins. Ashlyn Kentrell Hennessy. Abigail Hernandez. Ashley Marielle Hernandez. Esperanza Faith Hernandez. Jasmine Giselle Hernandez. Julian Hernandez. Julian Axel Hernandez. Alfredo Herrera. Christopher Abel Herrera. Robert Ethan Hill. Seth Austin Hilly. Keely Shay Hayes Hunter. Andreas Hurtado. Itzel Hurtado. Mario Hurtado. David Islas. Alexandre Daniele Jimenez. Eric Alexis Jimenez. Elliot Reed Johnson. Abigail Michaela Jones. Janaya Andrea Quince Jones. Josue Giovanni Landaverde. Brandon Stephen Lara. Allison Marie Lawson. Brittany Ledesma Rivera. Jose Manuel Leon. Tori Diane Llewellyn. Hunter Garrett Lloyd. Cecil Bryson Lofton. David William Paul Lawler. Danica Leah Long. Devin Lachey Long. Alejandro Lopez. Jesus Lopez. Martin Lopez Leon. Rafael Eduardo Lopez Loa. Paola Judith Loya. Emily Elise Maciel. Luis Magana. Angela Maldonado. Mason Lee Grant Mann. Guadalupe Martinez. Ureli Maria Martinez. Brian Leslie Manzanares. Pedro Javier Marcos Velasquez. Carla Jaylene Meres. Emily Jaslyn Martin. Alejandra Cecilia Martinez. Ociel Martinez. James Taylor Bryce Masters. Amari Kenyel Mauricio. Brandon Austin McClure. Gabriela Estefany Medrano. Emmanuel Mendiola. Delma Karina Miguel. Brayton Andrew Miller. Estrella Monroy Garcia. Ashley Joanna Montalongo Perales. Madeline Grace Morehouse. Denise Marino. Carla Marino. Ricardo Morin. Haley Elizabeth Mull. Alexander Munoz. Jada Triana Nahara. Chase Hayden DeForest Nichols. Daisy Alina Nieto. Samuel Adam Norquist. Adria Lee Norell. Isabel Nunez. Obed Nunez. Edwin Nahun Antiveros. Jose Omar Ogwin Ordaz. Daniel Oriana. Elizabeth Ortiz. Nahir Pacheco. Vanessa Padron. Gustavo Paez. Jason Palacios. Jesse Paniagua. Irene Parra. William Alexander Parsons. Angelina Jessica Pasquale. Diego Giovanni Pasquale. Mario Andres Patlin. Kobe Michael Patterson. Vicky Perales. Camila Pimentel. Nayeli Pimentel. Yasmin Shante Pina. Jer Pineda. Alondra Ponce. Marlene Ponce. Madison Victoria Powell. Ulysses Quijano Torres. Benny Andrew Ramirez. Emmanuel Ramirez. Angel Ramon Ramos. Gabriel Ramos Retna. Montserrat Rango Valencia. Jennifer Haley Reed. Meredith Renteria. Christopher O. Reyes. Jesus Armando Reyes Rodriguez. Kendra Marie Elizabeth Ring. Sheila Roblero. Ashley Naomi Rodriguez. Christian Rodriguez. Eddie Alexis Rodriguez. Emmanuel Angel Rodriguez. Frida Rodriguez. Misael Rodriguez. Maria Isabel Rodriguez Gonzalez. Tanisha Galilia Rodriguez. Valerie Irene Rodriguez. Sendel Alberto Rojas Marte. Eric Alexis Rojo. Alan Daniel Romero. Jesus Ulysses Romero Rodriguez. Janet Rubio. Emily Stephanie Ruiz. Esmeralda Ruiz. Jessica Ruiz. Alondra Saliasis. Jayla Pearl Saliasis. Yoselin Alim Saliasis. Brandon Ivan Salazar. Cecilia Del Carmen Sanchez. Eduardo Sanchez. Juan Andres Sanchez. Marco Antonio Sanchez. Sarah Grace Shipman. Stephanie Elisa Shipman. Alexis Cheyenne Smith. Tyler Matthew Smith. Michael Joseph Soto. Sarah Lizette Soto. Cassidy Lee Spearman. Gabriel Sean Stafford. Cheyenne Nicole Staley. Randall Michael Stevens Jr. Jonathan Tapia Rivera. Kaylee Renee Taylor. Daquan Demetrius Teal. Jackson Christopher Thomas. Anaí Torres. Areli Tania Torres. Eduardo Torres. Jessica Marie Torres. Kevin Triana. Mateo Felix Triana Rangel. Isaac Rafael Valenzuela. Deanna Rochelle Van. Eliezer Anthony Vasquez Marte. Jer Ivan Vasquez Ramos. Kenneth Emmanuel Vasquez. Daisy Vega Orozco. Miriana Susana Vieta. Chloe Lee Abigail Waters. Cassandra Ann Weatherby. Rezo Ryston Coleman Webb. Carmen Alicia Wheat. Abigail Grace White. Valley Christine White. Emma Alexis Wilcox. Malia Lane Williams. Gavin Andre Willis. Amber Holly Wood. Kaylee Adriana Wright. Lindsay Ponce. Fernando Rodriguez. Dorina Estrada Frere. Dylan Lee Dixon. Jesus Cortez. Junaid Farouk Hussein. Kevin Versega. Giselle Cervantes. And graduating in absentia, Soraya Delaney Brooke Taylor.
You got it.
Hello there, my name is James, and some things I want to share with you about forging your own path. We as seniors have our whole lives ahead of us. What's so great about that is we get to choose our starting point of where we want to go. We don't have to live a boring life doing something we don't enjoy. We have choices. We can live a dull life or an extraordinary one. We only get one life, and the way we live it is solely up to us. Don't let any outside influence determine your future or your dream. We have the power to create things, and we have the power to be what we want to be. If you have a dream or a goal, you need to see it through. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, be the change you want to see in the world. This means lead by example. All of us have the ability to be leaders, no matter what background you come from. A good rule to know once you get out of here is to try to take care of yourself before taking care of others. You don't need to just give money to help someone. You can also help them by being there. No one likes being alone. My dream is to become a rapper, songwriter, anything to do with writing. I know I can do it. I have faith in myself, and also courage. I know the world isn't all sunshine and rainbows. There will be hard times. With a little faith and a little courage, you can do anything you put your mind to. Fire the cannon!
Congratulations to the class of 2021. The ceremony is now over.